Man, what you think about that Kanye, Kyrie situation? You feel like the media just overreacting, like way too much, or you feel like all that shit justified?
I feel like, from my knowledge on what I've seen, because I can't speak for that man, I'm not him, but I feel like it's getting very overreacted because the ideology of how he, like, just his ideology alone puts him in a corner. Because if you believe in Yah and Yahshua and Yahweh, like all that, you automatically believe in something that's anti-Semitic because another group of people like us are said to be the true Jews of the world. And like once you get into that, that's automatically being anti-Semitic, because once you think that you're a Jew, that means that nobody else can be. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just.
But do you feel like, since it ain't like he made the
he didn't make the documentary at all. Like,
he just posted the link, right?
And I saw the interview that he did. Like, he said he saw it, he wanted to look it up, and then saw the documentary on Amazon, which is crazy. Posted it on his Twitter, went to sleep. That was his day. That was his whole night. So just from that occurrence happening and leading to him losing all these endorsements and partnerships, it's just so wild to me. But it also
and suspension too.
Yeah, it also just shows you how much they want to keep us down, really. Because if you really, I mean, just the way that I think about the situation, I can't speak for anybody else on how they think about it, but the way that I think about the situation is Jewish people run this world. Like, that's a given. Like, no, everybody knows this. The owner of the NBA is Jewish. Like, and the fact that if you talk about your religion or your ideologies and you're getting casted down from it or blacklisted from it, doesn't that kind of make the freedom of speech thing or freedom of religion thing just not exist anymore? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I thought that was supposed to be freedom of religion and freedom of speech, freedom. Like, I thought this country was supposed to be. I mean, we all know that this country's not fucking free, but I mean, it's just like, it's like saying, oh, I'm a Christian, but if you're an atheist, I completely hate you. Like, you are pig shit to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like, as a Christian though, you're supposed to love everybody. It's kind of the same thing with this country. You're supposed to accept it's supposed to be free for everybody. Everybody's supposed to have should be able to have the same equal rights of thought.
Yeah.
So
just because you don't agree with
because you don't agree with something, especially, I feel like it's way deeper than this. I don't even think I can really get into that, dog.
Nah, you ain't got to.
Yeah, but you can just see, if you really are tapped in and know about that, like what he was talking about, you would see why he's getting blacklisted for it. Because they want to keep us down and not have us actually remember stuff that we should know.
What you feel like other people in the league should be speaking up? Because a lot of people online, they like, oh, the NBA players pussy, y'all niggas ain't.
Oh yeah, I feel, especially with Bron. Like, Bron is the.
Did you see what Bron said?
Yeah, Bron is one. I don't even know what to say about Bron. Like, at this moment.
But in my opinion, I feel like they ain't gonna let a nigga be a billionaire for free.
Facts, because they're not.
Exactly.
They're
like
not.
All the Jay-Z's, P. Diddy's, they ain't get that shit just because they work hard.
Yeah, they.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like the only person that did that shit from working hard and just kind of like, I wouldn't say just solely out working hard, because I know he did some other shit, but Kanye, real life. I don't know how many people fucking have thoughts about him and have different opinions about him. His name Kanye really.
So
he really did it. He a nigga from Chicago, like, that really got his work, and he tricks a lot of people.
So you can separate the artist from the music from the person, right?
Yeah, I can.
So you a fan of his music, or you a fan of him as a person as well?
Who, Kanye?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a fan of Kanye all around.
Oh, all around.
Yeah, I'm a fan of him and his music. I feel like Kanye.
So even if he do say something you don't agree with, you like fuck it. I still like his music. I still like his other shit.
Yeah, because he's Kanye. No matter what. I was actually just talking to this with my dogs out here. Shout out there. He says kind of the same thing with Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali wasn't known to being the greatest boxer just because purely off of his skill. He was known as the greatest boxer of all time because he stood on his morals throughout his whole life, his whole path as a boxer. This man was arrested buku times. He had his title stripped away from him buku times, and the whole time he stood on his morals. He stood on what he believed in.
So what you think the difference is between black people and not black people then? Because back then they stood on business. Like you said, niggas said, I'm not going to Vietnam, take me to war.
Right.
I mean, take me to jail. Like think about it. All them NFL players, when Kaepernick was doing all that shit,
right,
they had their moment to boycott and do what they needed to do. It's like the NBA right now with this shit. Like y'all really
see. That's the thing though. Again, it just goes way deeper.
Yeah,
like into it.
So they like fuck it. We just gonna leave that shit alone. Just keep our little millions. Like fuck all that.
Because because the NBA, the biggest majority of members in the NBA are black.
Yeah,
everybody know this. Like the top stars are black. So if you have one black person that's gonna talk about something that's gonna be able to change the way black people as a whole think, especially if you have the influence like Kyrie, you can make a difference, and then other people aren't gonna like that difference, so they're gonna make sure that you're not gonna be able to make that difference, aka having a nigga like LeBron saying that he doesn't agree with you 100% and that he feels like you're wrong for saying something, but LeBron is supposed to be the biggest Black Lives Matter advocate in the NBA.
And they ruined that shit. That shit started off as just a hashtag and a saying. Like, they wanted to start it into an organization, and
I love Black Lives Matter, but I don't at the same time.
I don't even say that shit no more.
It literally doesn't. It doesn't. I
never did really say that shit.
Like
it was just a hashtag to bring like sight on police brutality,
right?
But like, niggas took it and like, started a whole organization. Like, what the fuck?
Police brutality is bad, bro.
Oh,
if we being honest, it's not as bad as what we doing to each other.
At all. Not even close.
Not even close.
For every 100,000 niggas that spin the block and kill each other, two might get killed by the cops.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's the shit that we gonna go cry about.
But we can't. I'm not blaming black people for that at all, because we got put in that system. Like that's just a system, and it's hard to break out of a system once it's instilled for generations.
Right.
Like
I was telling my partner that really we ain't really made no progress since the late '60s.
Yeah, we have.
And then crack was
kind of been back on the decline.
Yeah, and crack was the icing on the cake. So really, ever since the '80s, we just been on the fucking decline.
Facts. We've definitely been on a decline, and
even though we started getting educated, now all of the qualifications for these jobs been going up. Oh, you got a bachelor's? I don't give a fuck what that means.
Facts. And you know what's crazy? Speaking of education, we're educated in a lot of Caucasian people's knowledge. Like we as black people, we don't learn about us. The only thing we learn about us is slavery and Martin Luther King. Bro, real talk. The white people literally learn about them niggas learn about every single president.
No, even this.
They learn about every single motherfucking war they fought. They literally brag, bro. They brag about all the shit, the fucked up shit that they do, and they put it in a history book and be like, oh yeah, okay.
And then we went and got y'all.
Yeah, then we just went and got y'all. Hey, y'all just came here, you know.
But then we could go learn about the Mayans and 10,000 BC.
We can learn about every other
the
race.
Aztecs.
Easily, bro.
Right.
Easily.
They knew
right
these
there.
Niggas did this, but when it come to y'all, we just brought y'all over here.
What fucking tribe in Africa was in the history book, bro? None. Niggas learned about Incans, Aztecs, and Mayans. They not even in this.
We even learned about Native Americans.
They in this country, dog.
Right. Oh,
they in South America.
Oh shit.